Good morning, children. Again, your Lalita ma'am is back with another topic in metallurgy. Okay, up to previous video, we have discussed calcination and roasting methods. Okay, so in calcination and roasting methods, we have seen that the metal ores are converted into their respective oxides only. Okay, we didn't get the molten metal. Okay, in case of roasting, we have learnt sulfide ores got converted into oxide ores, and in calcination, carbonate ores were converted into oxide ores. So in today's class, we are going to learn about conversion of metal oxides into metals using certain reducing agents. Okay, so that is only today's topic. Conversion of metal oxides. Okay now, conversion of metal oxides into metals. Conversion of metal oxides into metals. Okay now, conversion of metal oxides into metals using reducing agents. Okay, using certain reducing agents, the metal oxides get converted into molten metals. Okay, so the topic of reducing agents we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so we have 5 types of reducing agents. Okay, how many types? Generally, we discuss certain examples for 5 types of reducing agents. 5 types of reducing agents. So what are the 5 types of reducing agents which we use in the process of metallurgy? Okay, so let us learn about that. So the first one is carbon in the form of coke. Okay, now first reducing agent is carbon in the form of coke. We use this as reducing agent. Okay, and the second one is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. You can use carbon monoxide, CO, can be used as reducing agent. And the third one is water gas. Water gas can be used as reducing agent. Water gas is a mixture of CO plus H2. Okay, and we can also use hydrogen. In some cases, hydrogen is used as reducing agent. And the fifth type of reducing agent is highly electropositive metals like, okay now, metals like sodium, magnesium, calcium, aluminium. These are highly electropositive metals, highly reactive metals. Okay now, certain highly reactive metals also can be used as reducing agents. So we have 5 types of reducing agents. Using these 5 types of reducing agents, we are going to convert the metal oxides into metals. Okay, so let us see certain examples for this. Right, please make a note, all of you, because I am rubbing the board. Right, yes. So let us learn the first example. The first example is what? Carbon. Carbon in the form of coke as reducing agent. Using carbon as reducing agent, how we are going to reduce the metal oxides? It's a very important point. You will be getting 2 marks questions in this topic. You will be getting 2 marks questions. Okay, so carbon is used as reducing agent. Okay, we can take any example like zinc oxide, metal oxide. Zinc oxide is reduced with carbon. Okay now, reduced with carbon. Okay, to form molten zinc, Zn plus CO. Zinc oxide is reduced to zinc. Okay, so this happens at 1800 degrees centigrade temperature, right? very high temperatures. At very high temperatures, you are going to use carbon as reducing agent, right? In the same way, you can also take even calcitrate, SnO2 can be reduced with carbon. Okay, now coke, carbon in the form of coke. Please remember, here I have written, right? So here also almost around 1800 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, Sn plus CO will form. So molten tin. Sn means what? Stannum, tin. Okay. So SnO2 converts to Sn using carbon as reducing agent. Okay. In the same way, lead oxide also, PbO plus C. This happens almost around 1400 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay. Lead plus CO. Okay. You can take any example. So many examples like this. Okay. Even Fe2O3, your hematite ore. Fe2O3 plus carbon gives rise to 2Fe plus 3CO. Okay, balanced equations you have to write on your own. Okay, so like this, carbon is used as reducing agent, and here carbon is considered to be the best reducing agent. Why? Because it has more affinity with oxygen in comparison with these less reactive metals. These are all what? The metals which are in the middle of the reactivity series, right? Zinc, tin, lead, iron, copper, all these are what? The metals which are in the middle of the reactivity series, right? So for those metals, we best use carbon as reducing agent. And carbon is considered to be the best reducing agent. Why? Because it has more affinity with oxygen. See, in all these cases, oxygen is there. So carbon immediately reacts with oxygen and gets converted into carbon monoxide in all these cases. Okay, carbon immediately takes up oxygen from that oxide ore and gets converted into carbon monoxide. That means what? Carbon has more affinity with oxygen. Carbon has more affinity with oxygen. That's why carbon is considered to be what? That's why carbon is best reducing agent. That's why carbon is considered to be best reducing agent. Please note this point, everyone. It is considered to be best reducing agent. Because of what reason? Because carbon has more affinity. More affinity with what? More affinity with oxygen. It can react quickly. Okay, and carbon is more reactive than all these metals. Okay, now these two are important points. Carbon is more reactive. More reactive than what? Than zinc, tin, lead, iron, copper. All these are what? The metals which are in the middle of the reactivity series. Than those metals, carbon itself is more reactive. Of course, carbon is a non-metal. Okay, and it has more affinity with oxygen. That's why it is considered to be what? Best reducing agent. Okay, you will be getting this as a 2 marks question. Okay, so this is reduction with what? Carbon. And in this case, you are finding this example. Mostly this example they will be asking, and here this process you call it as smelting. Smelting. Okay, what is smelting? So smelting is a reduction process. Okay, heating of oxide ore with the help of a reducing agent and also with a flux substance. You call it as what? Smelting. So in this context you will be coming across another important definition also. What is that? Smelting. You are going to get a definition for smelting. What is smelting? Smelting is a reduction process. Reduction process using a flux substance and a reducing agent. Okay, this is also heating process only. See here, we have learned 1400 degrees centigrade temperature, 1800 degrees centigrade temperature. So at very high temperatures. So smelting also comes under what? Pyrometallurgical process. In the previous video, I told you about pyrometallurgy. Pyrometallurgical process is the process of heating. Okay, now the methods which involve lot much heat, you call them as pyrometallurgical process. Okay, so smelting is also a pyrometallurgical process. Okay, it is also a pyrometallurgical process because you need high temperatures here, isn't it? Along with that high temperatures, you also need a reducing agent and you also need a flux substance. Okay, now we have learnt flux. Flux is a chemical substance which is to be added to remove gangue particles. Okay, silicon dioxide will be there in the ore. Okay, silicon dioxide will be there as impurity. So to remove that silicon dioxide, we'll be adding calcium oxide as a flux substance so that it comes out as calcium silicate as a slag. Okay, so just recall those points. Okay, I'll just write that. Okay, so please remember, pyrometallurgical process. It is which type of process? Smelting is also a pyrometallurgical process. Okay, so here you will use a flux substance also. Okay, not only this conversion, Fe2O3 gets converted into Fe plus 2Fe plus 3CO. Okay, 2Fe plus 3CO. Right, dear children? Right? So here this is called as what? Smelting process. Here silicon dioxide will be there as what? Impurity. So silicon dioxide is there as impurity in ore particles. Okay, there that silicon dioxide is made to react with a flux substance. Here it is flux, this is gangue. So it gives rise to what? A fusible substance called slag. Okay, so it comes out as calcium silicate. Okay, slag substance. Calcium silicate, slag substance. Okay, slag is a fusible substance. Okay, at the end of the metallurgical process, this slag will be generally taken out, and this slag can be used in the for making roads, road tars and dambers. Okay, so like that they will use this. Right, this process you call it as what? Smelting. Smelting is also a kind of pyrometallurgical process using a flux substance and a reducing agent. Okay, so here the reducing agent used is what? Carbon. Please remember that point. And now moving on to the second type of reducing agent, reduction with carbon monoxide, CO. CO also can be used as best reducing agent. Reduction with carbon monoxide. Okay, so carbon monoxide is also used as reducing agent. So in what cases, even along with here we have taken example of carbon. You can even take the example of carbon monoxide also. See here, Fe2O3 plus carbon monoxide. Okay, so this happens a little bit at low temperatures, 700 degrees centigrade or 800 or something around 650 degrees centigrade, something like that. Okay, so it gives rise to what? Fe plus CO2 gas will come out here. Here CO2 gas will come out. Okay, almost around 700 degrees centigrade. Comparatively at low temperatures, CO can be used. Okay, and with the CO, the reactions can be more spontaneous and feasible also. Okay, spontaneous, the reactions can happen spontaneously. Okay, thermodynamically also carbon monoxide can be used as best reducing agent. Okay, so please remember, so Fe2O3 plus CO. Okay, balanced equation we should write, I think here 3CO and 2Fe. Right, children? Okay, and you can take even another example. You can take the example of cuprous oxide. Okay, CuO. Cuprous oxide, CuO, black in color, you might have learnt. And here also, if you take CO as reducing agent, okay, you'll get Cu, molten Cu. And here, which gas is going to get liberated? CO2 gas. Okay, now CO2 gas. You are going to get a stable compound here. So carbon monoxide is also considered to be a best reducing agent. Okay, so here this happens a little bit at low temperatures in comparison with what we call carbon. If you use carbon as reducing agent and carbon monoxide as reducing agent, at little less temperatures itself, you can use carbon monoxide as reducing agent. Okay, so this is second method, second reducing agent. Now moving on to the third one. What is a third reducing agent? The third reducing agent is water gas. You can take water gas as reducing agent. Water gas as reducing agent. So water gas is a mixture of what? Carbon monoxide plus hydrogen. Water gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, so here for mostly they'll not ask this question to you. In class 10 it is not there, but just one example you have to remember. You can take nickel oxide, NiO. Okay, in presence of water gas, CO plus H2. Water gas is a mixture of what? CO plus H2. So nickel comes out, and along with that CO2 plus H2. Carbon monoxide gets converted into carbon dioxide, because carbon monoxide is more feasible with what? Oxygen. More affinity is there with oxygen. So it gets converted into carbon dioxide and nickel comes out. Okay, so nickel oxide gets reduced to nickel using water gas as reducing agent. So this is third type of reducing agent. And fourth one is hydrogen as reducing agent. Hydrogen as reducing agent. So where do we use hydrogen as reducing agent? So that also we have to learn. Here molybdenum oxide. You can remember the example of molybdenum oxide and tungsten oxide. Okay, molybdenum oxide, MO. Molybdenum is MO, its oxide is MoO3. Okay, here hydrogen is used as reducing agent, H2. Okay, so molybdenum comes out, and along with that you will be getting water also. Okay, so gives rise to MO plus, here 3 oxygens are there, so 3H2O, right? So MoO3, it is what? Molybdenum oxide. Molybdenum oxide can be reduced with hydrogen as reducing agent. Even tungsten also, WO3 plus 3H2 gives rise to W, tungsten. Please remember, tungsten plus 3H2O. So very rarely they are asking sometimes this one, where hydrogen is being used as reducing agent. Okay, so this is how hydrogen can be used as reducing agent. And then now coming to highly electropositive metals. Okay, now highly electropositive metals. Okay, metals like sodium, magnesium, calcium, aluminum. Okay, can be also used as best reducing agents. We all know that. Metals are what? Good reducing agents. Okay, so in what cases? You can take metals as reducing agents in titanium chloride. You can take the example of titanium chloride, TiCl4. Okay, TiCl4 plus Mg. TiCl4 plus Mg. It gives rise to titanium plus MgCl2. Okay, so 2Mg if you take, here you will be getting 2MgCl2. So titanium you can separate from titanium chloride. You can even take sodium also. Okay, sodium metal also. Titanium chloride plus sodium metal gives rise to titanium plus NaCl you will get. Titanium plus NaCl you will get. So 4 sodium you have to take, here 4 NaCl. Right? So metals like highly electropositive metals like sodium, magnesium, calcium and aluminum can also be used as best reducing agent. But there is a special case with aluminum which is to be discussed separately. Okay, so aluminothermy process, how aluminum acts as reducing agent, that I'll be discussing in my next video. Okay, so that forms a separate video, right? And the last method where reduction happens. So these are 5 types of reducing agents we have discussed. And the last method how reduction can happen is auto reduction or self reduction. This is very important point. Yes, I am rubbing the board now. Auto reduction or self reduction. This is also a very important type of reduction process. Auto reduction. 6th method. This is auto reduction. This is very important. Auto reduction or self reduction. Okay, now auto reduction or self reduction. So in this we don't find any kind of reducing agents. Okay, now without using reducing agent, the oxide ore gets converted into the molten metal using that particular metal oxide ore itself. Okay, now mostly sulfide ores, okay, are subjected to auto reduction. So auto reduction means what? Without using any reducing agent. Reduction of sulfide ores into molten metals without any reducing agent. Reduction of oxides into metals, metal oxides into metals without using any reducing agent. Okay, now without using any reducing agent. We don't use any reducing agent here. Without using any reducing agent. You can take the example of CuO, copper oxide you can take. Okay, now Cu2O. Okay, Cu2 or you can take any sulfide ores. Mostly you'll be better you take what? Sulfide ores. Okay, now sulfide ores, here Cu2S, copper glands, you all know that, reacts with what? First oxygen. Okay, first it is heated, you all know that. First it is heated. These all are what? Pyrometallurgical processes. So first it is heated. Okay, heated means what? Reaction with oxygen. Okay, so that first it forms what? Copper oxide, it forms Cu2O, and sulfur reacts with oxygen and forms sulfur dioxide. Okay, so this Cu2O is again made to react with Cu2S itself. Here we are not using any kind of reducing agent. Please remember that point. It is made to react with the ore itself. Okay, now here Cu2S means what? Copper glands, sulfide ores. Okay, copper glands. Okay, first sulfide ores. Better I write here sulfide ores to oxides first. Sulfide into molten metal directly. How you can get? First it gets converted into oxide, and that oxide is again subjected to or made to react with the same sulfide ore itself. So Cu2S. Okay, so that it gives rise to what? You will get molten metal. Cu plus SO2. Cu plus SO2. Okay, Cu plus SO2. Right, 4Cu you will get here. Right. So this is the method which no reducing agent is used, and you call it as what? Auto reduction. Okay, now auto reduction. You can even take the example of cinnabar also. Cinnabar, same like Cu2s. Cu2s is copper glans. Okay, and cinnabar, HGS you can take. HGS made to react with oxygen first. It gets converted into HGO plus SO2. SO2 will be released, and that HGO is again made to react with HGS itself. Okay, so you are going to get mercury, 2Hg plus SO2. So this process, what you call it as? Auto reduction. Here there is no reducing agent is used. Okay, so these are the different reduction methods. Okay, so 5 types of reducing agents are there. First one is carbon, second one is carbon monoxide, third one is water gas, fourth one is hydrogen, and fifth one is electropositive metals, highly electropositive metals like sodium, calcium, magnesium, and aluminum also. But aluminum, you have a special reaction which is called as thermite reaction, aluminothermy process, that I will be discussing in my next video. Okay, and finally auto reduction method, where without using any reducing agent we can reduce the sulfide ore into the molten metal by making the ore to react with itself, right? So these are the different methods in which metal oxides can be converted into metals. Okay, so this is up to here. I am stopping my video. Please keep learning, happy learning, and your hard work is your superpower. Every time I say that, please do hard work. Okay, exams are nearing. Try to work at least for 2 to 3 hours solidly. Right? Happy learning, all the best, and thanks for watching. Bye.